Hey everybody, how's it going? So it's been a while since I've done one of these, and judging by all the, hey, when's the next stupid text episode coming out messages that I've been getting, I figure it's about time to unleash the beast that is episode 11 of Stupid Musician Texts. Alright, now you always hear me bitching and complaining about how bass players never change their strings, leading to dead tone to go along with their brain-dead attitudes. Well, while I can't say for certain that this is from a bass player, circumstances do point that way.
I bet those strings are 3 years old. No, a year.
Wow, only a year! I'll bet those sound fucking amazing! Now, speaking of bass players, here's one from my buddy Aiden Chappell, who sent me this conversation he had with one.
Do you have the ability to record to a computer via interface? That's all French to me, man. I'm a bass player, not a tech, LOL.
Yeah, really, Aiden? What the fuck are you thinking? Are you trying to confuse the kid? It's a fucking miracle he can even type the word bass, let alone play one. Crom's balls, man. Try not to overload his already highly taxed cerebral cortex. Now everybody bitches that I rip on bass players way too much. Well, this one's for you guys. I might have found the stupidest guitar player on earth. Check this out.
I've had this guitar for about a year, and I just found out it has locking tuners. LOL.
Next up, here's a rather interesting conversation from a guy with a home recording setup. Apparently, a few members of the band he just joined had some serious expectations of him, but didn't bother to tell him.
Hey, do you have extra amps, or do I need to bring mine?
Rob should bring yours.
Okay, do you have a bass amp?
No, I have a normal amp. I can bring mine if you need me to.
Aren't we all going to use your house since you have the recording stuff?
No one told me that, LOL.
Well, damn, because I have no space at my house, Taylor lives super far away, and we can't go to Johnny's house, and Jared lives in an apartment.
I'll have to think about this. I wasn't expecting people at my house.
I mean, maybe my house would work, but we'd have to be in the garage, and I don't know recording in there would sound.
Man, no one told me we were recording or going to my house who's supposed to tell me these things. Jared, what day are we doing this?
Jared said he told you all those things. I just made up a group chats, so there wouldn't be any more confusion at Saturday, so tomorrow.
All right, that could work. I'll have to check when I get home.
Okay, let's figure out whose house to go to.
All right, I can let you know if we can all go to my house or not by tonight.
Okay, and try to figure out when you'll be home.
All right.
We were planning on recording since we had the guitar and lyrics written for the first song.
Man, Emma, have to think about all this. Communication is the most important part in a band, and if this isn't any, I don't want to be a part of it. That's why I left the last two. Emma, have to think about it. Sorry, bro.
All right.
Yeah, man, you've got all the stuff, so we're gonna jam and record at your place, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. Here's a little advice to you home studio owners. If you're joining a band, let them know your expectations from the get-go, because your membership in a group doesn't automatically equate to free studio time. All right, check this out. Somebody was nice enough to send me this helpful little page from a microphone box, and check out the part highlighted in red. Do not cover any part of the microphone grill with your hand, as this will adversely affect microphone performance. Now keep that in mind and come up with a caption for this photo. The best caption will get a free set of clear tone guitar strings and a chicken pick swag pack. Mine is, dude, you guys sound brutal as fuck, this is amazing! Alright, with that being said, I'd like to remind everyone that the best way to support this channel is to stop by the Spectre Media shop and grab a shirt. I've got classics like Stop Cupping the Mic Dumbass, as well as new ones like Pitch Correction, it's like steroids for shitty musicians. Bass players do it worse, and shut up, you thin-string peasant! I've also got some awesome coffee mugs as well, the link's in the description below. Back to the show. Next up, this one's from a film composer. I'm glad it's not just the metal scene that has to put up with epic levels of stupidity.
Hey, you're that composer guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking for someone to compose music for my first feature film. I've heard some of your work and would love to work with you. What do you charge? It vastly varies depending on the genre and the length of the movie, but for a typical feature-length movie, probably around £1,000. £1,000? You're joking me! You've got to be retarded if you think I'm paying that much money for a simple job like writing some music. Wow. I'm happy I'm not going to be working with you, because anyone who thinks that writing music is a simple job, not at least a score for a full orchestra, doesn't deserve my time. I will ruin your career. No one will ever hire you again. Good luck!
No-name director threatens to ruin the career of an established film composer. Hey, let us know how that works out for you at your Oscar acceptance speech there, Mr. Spielberg. Next up, here's a short and sweet classified.
Korg Metronome MA30. I'm not sure what it's for.
Obviously written by a drummer. Speaking of online sales, here's a rather interesting exchange between a buyer and a seller.
I'd like you to send me something first. It's the way business is handled. Money sent, then the product goes out the door with a receipt to you. If left $6.50 at my office for your package. Once it's received, payments is sent overnight express. Base is $400. Yep, and left shipping costs as well. I won't accept the amount. It's $400. Okay, I left her the cost for you shipping it. You need to send payment to me first. Don't care if it's $1,000. I don't do business like that. You pay, I send. You ship, I pay. I've got meetings all week. You got it backwards. If it ships, let me know. It's not shipping, LOL. You are funny. I buy guitars all the time. I got one coming this week from AZ. You're giving me a headache. Don't care how you buy. You send me the right damn amount to me if you're serious. Not $6.50. I don't play this game. Are you nuts? No, am not. Now, if I purchase a bass from you, I don't expect the bass to ship out with no payment for myself. It's just fucked up. Do business the right way or no bass, in plain English. It's like sending a free bass through the mail hoping for a payment. You must deal with musicians with no brains. Believe me, I'm married to the best collections man in the business. I've never been so insulted for you to think I'd not pay you. LOL. Maybe you should feel with professionals like I do. LOL. If all you can do is laugh, sell to someone else. I certainly will. Thumbs up. You're nuts. No, you are. Absolute whack. LOL.
Oh, you poor thing, the guy isn't falling for your scam and now you're insulted? Here's an idea. Fuck you, scum queen. People like you are the reason nobody trusts anyone anymore. Seriously, guys, if you're selling online and someone demands you send the item before they pay you, end the conversation because that person is a thief. Okay, now as always, I have saved the best for last. Once again, it's that epic struggle between a studio owner trying to make a living and musicians who are too dense and too cheap to understand the concept.
Just want to discuss payment again, dude. Of course, as I said before, we take cash, check card, or PayPal. You can pay as you go or at the end, not a problem. But we let nothing finished out the doors until the bill's been settled, obviously. That's the thing. We feel that we don't want to pay the bill until we know the track is going to do the job. You will get samples to take home to make notes on, and you will get to hear it at every stage of mixing. You won't have to pay for it until you're happy with it. Well, we thought that we could release the single and then pay you for it if our fans like it. We could tell by how many copies we sold, and then we'd know if it needed further work, you know? Our last single sold really poorly, and we don't want to get burned again by a dopeless mech. I hope that's tongue-in-cheek, LOL. Look, we are not going to pay to take a chance on this thing being sellable. I don't think it's an unreasonable request. Are you serious? If you don't think your mix can hack it in the real world, then say so now, because we only work with the best. If you're as good as you say, there's no problem. I could argue that my client base and the many albums I've produced for some of the country's biggest acts that have sold just fine is evidence, but then I'd be giving the impression I still want to work with you. In 15 years of doing this, I have never once had to turn the band away. But hey, there's a first time for everything. You're turning us away? Big mistake! One day you'll look at us on TV and remember the time you let your ego ruin your future. If you cared there's an awesome record to be made, some real music instead of thinking about your wallet, you would do it better in life. This button. You need to press it.
You know, I'm really glad to know I'm not the only one who's run into the "we'll pay you when this sells" line of bullshit before. I've had that happen to me once in my early career, and it sucks when a client pulls that shit. Here's a better idea. Pay for your studio time, you cheap fuck! If your song is not selling, try writing a better song! Duh! You gotta love the added, "you'll be sorry when we're famous" argument as well. Has that ever worked on a studio owner in the entire history of recorded music? I don't fucking think so. Alright, that's it for this episode of Stupid Musician Text. Thanks to everyone who contributed. If you have a text you'd like to see featured on this show, please be sure to hit me up on the Spectre Media Facebook page. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. I will keep these coming. Thanks for watching, and I'm out of here.